Well, good evening, world. This is my second video today, because my first video got taken down because of inappropriate content, and I don't know what was completely inappropriate about it. I have a bunch of guesses, and I guess if it was truly a place for free speech, um, don't you think they would have left it up long enough for at least somebody to even watch it? I mean, I watched it a bunch of times before I posted it because I don't truly want to offend anybody. So I really try not to offend people. It's kind of hard to do, you must say, but I do it by not saying anything. Or blaming anybody really for anything, or trying not to blame anybody or judge anyone. Um, and yeah, it's just, I was wondering how somebody like me, who really has no followers and has no nothing. I mean, I just post stuff that I see and stuff that's good and stuff that is wrong, and just try to shed some light from a common person, I see a lot of people out there, a lot of celebrities. And the funny thing is, I was just posting off a Russell Brand video, and I was just wondering how he was able to say all the stuff that I said. I mean, I said other things too, not directly related to that, but what I'm really just trying to show everybody is that I'm not that old. Only 48 this year. And I've seen a lot of stuff. I've done a lot of stuff. 20 years military. Lots of ex-wives, lots of traveling, lots of reading, lots of everything. And I believe in God, and I believe in Jesus, and I believe in helping everybody to try to understand everybody. I'm not saying that everybody has to like or understand what everybody's doing, but to me, I just want to understand, and I want to love everyone. I don't want to be angry about anything because it's just a waste of time. And as though I'm not angry, I'd really like to know why it got taken off of there. And I've talked to a whole buddy in my family, and my mom, she eventually, after hearing me talk about it for over an hour, told me to shut up. And as though she has no power over me anymore, other than the fact that she was the one that gave birth to me, and I respect the hell out of her, and I love her more than she will ever know, that she doesn't have power over me. She doesn't have power over my voice. She doesn't have power over my beliefs. She doesn't have any of that. A lot of my beliefs and stuff are grounded and are because of her, but she doesn't have power over me. No one has power over me. No living human being has power over me. It doesn't mean that I'm special or strong or this amazing person. It just means that they don't have power to decide the way I live my life. And I also, kind of funny to me that somebody like Russell Brand, who I love watching his stuff. I think he's a funny comedian, and all these other things. And I like what he's saying, but he's not an American citizen, and he never served in our war, in our country, and he wasn't born here, and I don't even know if he really resides here, but I know he probably has a house here in America, but I'm not saying he can't do any of that. I'm not saying he can't say anything. I'm just saying, like, how does somebody that has that much influence and that much power talk about the same thing that I talked about, but my content gets pulled down? So, and it'd be a lot easier for me to understand if I knew what I said wrong. So I tried to go into what they gave me was a little thing saying, go into our community guidelines and read what you did wrong. But I didn't even have a place to start, and there's so much in the community guidelines that even if I was to go in there and read it all, by the looks of it, pretty much says that I can't say anything that might offend somebody or offend something. But at the same time, sorry, putting you down. I'm not really posting anything on here for value. It's not like I make any money. It's not like I probably will ever make any money because I can't even get one of the 37 videos that I've already downloaded to stay on there. And I'm not doing this for money. I'm not doing this to hear myself talk, which I've been told that's another thing. Is you just like to hear yourself talk. You're kind of a narcissist, and I might be a little bit of a narcissist, but I'm just trying to figure out in my head what everybody else is seeing and why they're doing the things they're doing. And I figure this is probably the best way to just put myself out there and just talk about stuff that other people are talking about, because I truly don't understand a lot of stuff, and I figured at least this would be a way for somebody to comment back to me, that somebody that I would never meet or see, or probably won't ever meet or see, even if they do comment. And I don't even get a lot of that. I don't even get many people saying, hey, you're stupid, shut up, get off here. Probably because it doesn't really matter what I say, because I'm just one person in billions. And but I do have a problem with is, why am I being threatened with taking content off when my content isn't bad? I mean, I did swear in it, but once again, I tried to look into that too. I tried to look into every aspect. I even rewatched the video again, which I do have saved in my phone, so it's not gone, and I know it was already put on there, so possibly it could still be out there somewhere, but I don't know. I'm just wondering, does anybody else see this as a bad thing? And I truly probably would have went in and modified it or taken it down myself if somebody had shown and told me what I was doing to offend somebody, or break some rule that was, I don't know. I was just telling people they should think more and not rely on government to solve all their problems. And especially don't rely on government that uses big pharmaceutical companies to control what we do. And yeah, um, I don't, I don't know. Maybe somebody can just tell me. Um, Maybe I'll get this one taken down. All I know is there's a lot of people dying for something that was meant to save everyone or save humanity. And even if that is a just and true thing, I don't believe putting a price on it and then marketing it to everybody and then having them pay for it even though they don't know they're paying for it, and then simultaneously using it to control every aspect of their life is something that we should be doing. And I love YouTube. Solely is the only thing that I have that links me to the internet, because I like looking and listening to other people talk about whatever they do. And I watched a lot of videos about construction. I watch a lot of videos about everything. It's crazy. And I almost instantly, if there's something I don't want to watch because of anything, I either will stop listening to it whenever something is said that I don't want to hear or doesn't make sense to me or is an outright lie, or I just don't open it anyways. And not always. Sometimes I like to listen to what other people have to say, even though it's not what I believe. And do you see how stopping something like that, and I'm not talking to YouTube now, I'm talking to the world here, like, do you see how something as silly as controlling speech can just mess up the simplest of things? And yeah, just try to do better. I mean, heck, that's all I'm asking for. Do better. Realize where you came from, and realize that you are who you are. You are what you are. And that could be anything. It's not my place to judge, but it's also not my place to have to accept it as fact or truth. And yeah, I'm kind of not lost, but and I'm coming to you so much later than normally because this happened quite a while ago, actually almost 2 hours ago, and made dinner and did some other things. But just think about it, world. Hey, if somebody's saying you can't say something or anything because it might offend somebody, how is anybody ever gonna figure out a better way? How's anybody? Just like your family, you don't have to like what they do and say, but you do have to love them because they're a part of your history and a part of your future. And I just hope and pray, like I do multiple times during the day and more at night, that we all just see his light. Just see how easy it is to just trust in his love. And yeah, it makes this rough life that we live both appreciative for him and love for him, because it seriously can't happen any other way. You cannot have one thing without the other. You cannot have good without evil. You cannot have evil without good. And you can't have something from nothing without having everything from something or someone. Because you can say that God didn't do this or God didn't do that, but there are a lot of people that believe in their God, and there's a lot of people like me that believe in science too, and believe that they're one and the same. So please, if somebody can tell me what else can I do other than post on here trying to figure out what I did that is so wrong that literally probably an hour after I posted it, it got pulled down and nobody watched it. Not that I know of. I figure first for somebody to complain about community guidelines and that it would have to be somebody complaining about it. You know what I'm saying? Because if you go into community guidelines, it basically says that you can't say nothing. And I don't get that, because although I don't pay YouTube a salary, all the airspace that is on there, anytime anybody's watching, they're using that to sell somebody a product. And I'm not trying to sell anything. I might be trying to raise some money on here, but I'm not even very good at that. So hopefully somebody can explain this to me, and I hope that Russell Brand actually reads my comment on his thing and maybe reaches out to me, and we can figure it out together. Because obviously he's been doing this a lot longer than me, and he's very successful at it. And for the most part, I think he gets to a lot of people. And I don't know him personally, but I'm pretty sure that he doesn't believe in my God, or a God per se. I could be wrong. I'm not saying that's wrong. It's not, like I said, it's not for me to judge. I'm just wondering what I can do about it. Because I believe that free speech and freedom of religion is something that you have to let happen. You can get rid of a lot of other things and it would probably be all right, but you can't take away somebody's right to say something that they believe in. And you definitely can't take away somebody's God. We know that doesn't work. We know that doesn't work. And it's not just from my God, it's from all gods. And I hope things get better. Once again, shout out to the world. Happy New Year. I'm still trying to raise money for people less needy than me, homeless people, mostly homeless vets, and a lot of young children, especially ones that are already in the system, because they haven't found God yet, and I just want to help them, and that requires me being able to openly speak about my belief and my love for God. So, yeah, Happy New Year. Let's just try to do better. Let's think more. Let's not allow a computer system to pick out a word that may be inappropriate, or just by saying COVID in the description. That could have been it. I don't know. I know Russell Brand didn't say it in description. He just said young people dying. And then he talks about COVID and all that stuff in it. So I don't really know where to go from here other than to just keep posting stuff. And maybe I just go back to posting stuff that's all flowers and rainbows. And see where that gets me. And I'd rather do that more of that anyways, but there's other stuff that leads to flowers and rainbows and seeing the light and knowing that Jesus died for our sins, and God is truly the only way that you're going to be free. And I don't see anything wrong with that. And even if you're in prison, or even if you don't believe in my God, know this: if you don't believe in some righteous God, you're never not going to be a slave to somebody else, and or something else. And God's not asking me to be a slave to him. He's just asking me to love him and pray to him. And I do a lot of other things that I don't want to do, but I do want to do that. I do want to make time for that. I do want to do better. I do want to learn more. I do. And I hope you all just can see that. Once again, Happy New Year, and time to go do some push-ups. So, and we'll talk to you tomorrow. Maybe. I don't know. I might get this one removed too, because I said COVID. Or maybe because I said Trump, or maybe because I said, I put in a reference to control in a bad way. Believing something so important in a bad way can still be bad. And yeah. Good night, world. One love, one race, under God. One love, one race, under God. It's pretty simple. Don't have to worry about colors. Don't have to worry about genders. Just have to love one God and know you're part of one race. Good night, and hopefully talk to you tomorrow.